Hello, everybody. My name is Lewis Lee, and this is Planning Traffic. I do this every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So tell all your peoples that we talk about cars, boats, trucks, and anything you can put gas in. So tonight, we are going to be kicking off some stuff about winter car shows. I'm out here in Arizona, and it don't snow out here, so they have car shows. So tomorrow, I will be going to Quartzsite Car Show, and I'm one of the judges. So if you're there, you want to pay me a couple bucks, I might be able to, slide you a couple votes. But that's what we're doing tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be at the car show, and I'll be filming there, and I'll post things on the internet so all of you can see. If you have any car shows in your area, please share with us on Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can message us there, and we can talk about it. So I got the fellas here, and I'd like to congratulate Ray, Motormouth Ray. He just became a new grandfather of a new baby boy, and so he's there. He might come on tonight. I'm waiting on him to email me or text me. So so that's what's going on there. So if you know him, give him a email or a text or something, and congratulate him. And that's what's going on that front. And I want to show you guys. Hold on one second. I want to show you guys my buddy Frank, his channel Wrench Nation. So if you get a chance to go check out his channel, wrenchnation.com. When I tell you he's on top of it, man. His podcast and his videos shows all different types of ways to fix stuff. He has a shop in Arizona, and they do a lot of video and a lot of tech, how to, as you can see, a lot of videos, a lot of interviews. So if you get a chance to go check out his channel, Wrench Nation, and tell him Planning Traffic sent you, man, Frank. Good guy. Actually, I'm going to go see him in a couple of days. I think we're going to meet up for Barrett Jackson, and I'll watch those guys buy cars because I can't afford that. So we'll also be filming there too. I just got my credentials, so I'll be able to video there, and so we'll get behind the scenes and see what's going on behind before they go across the block and all that good stuff. So if you've seen a car on the internet that's going to be there, let me know, and I might be able to go film it. Get a little closer up to it and do some investigating for you. So let me know. Get back over here. We'll get the fellas in, see what they're talking about. Hey. What's up, fellas?
Hey, Jim.
Paul. Hey, Vince, how are you?
Oh.
How is everyone tonight?
Oh, man. Beautiful day today here in Arizona. It was 72, I want to say.
Oh, just rub it in, Lewis. Go ahead. Yeah. Keep rubbing it in.
Hey, you're in Texas.
You're
ain't
in
too
Texas.
far.
Wait a minute.
It's still cold.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. It gets cold in Texas.
Well, it gets cold here at night, man. As soon as that sun crosses the mountain, man, the temperature drops like 20 degrees.
Yeah. And then more.
Yeah. It don't play, man, out here when it gets dark.
Lewis, first time I ever went to California or flew out to California, the folks that I was with kind of warned me because they knew where I was coming from. They said, you learn when they go out west to dress in layers.
Yeah.
So if it's cold, you got layers, and as it warms up, you kind of peel it off. So that's why it was always strange to me to see people wearing like a t-shirt and then a shirt and then hoodie and jacket. But then once you get out there and you realize, oh, okay, it's that's how that's how you do it. Because where I'm at, it's t-shirt and or jacket or windbreaker and but it's all good. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, guys.
It's nice to. I like it when it's hot in the day and then cools off at night. Sleep a little better, you know. Nice.
So, Brian, how's the temperature in Maryland right now?
It's 20 degrees. 20
It's 30
degrees. Somebody
it's
turned winter
34 in
back
Georgia,
on.
So
Yeah. Yeah, my
Yeah,
mom
it was what, 50? It was like like 60 degrees 2 days ago. It was beautiful. It was awesome. And they said, "Oh, we're going to drop a little in temperature, chance of light snow." And man, it just dropped like a rock. And
So you got snow
It
up
was
there
cold.
right now?
no, it never snowed around here. I mean, around this area, but they still calling for it. They're calling for snow showers now.
Okay, they're not calling for a winter snowmageddon or nothing again, right?
No, but you know, Paul, around here, man, they have to say that S word so that everybody freaks out and
Okay.
buys the 700 rolls of toilet paper and the rest of the milk, and they got it's crazy around here.
Brian, was it much wind or just cold?
Oh no, it's a lot of wind. I can't get over the wind. The wind that we've had lately. We've never had that much wind.
We had about a consistent 15 to 20 mile an hour all day. So that's why I was wondering how far up the coast it was. So
Yeah.
I think our high was in like the low 50s.
Yeah. So Paul, I'm doing a car show tomorrow, and one of the judges, he does something with Jaguars,
Okay.
and he said they have a show somewhere out here in the next week or so. Have you heard anything like a Delegance or something? I don't know.
No, I could ask Greg what the next big Delegance Jaguar gathering is. It's out west.
Yeah,
But
he said he's going sometime next week, I think.
the if you're going to be at Barrett Jackson, I'm going to send you the information, lot number or whatever it is, on John D. Agostino's 120 Jaguar.
Okay.
It's displayed like right in the hotel lobby or whatever right now.
Okay.
And,
yeah. I'm waiting on Frank. He's gonna let me know what day he's going. So I kind of coordinate if I meet up with people. You know what I mean? I just don't want to go over there and so it starts Saturday.
And then when you start coming back east, think hard about going through Tulsa, Starbird's car show.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lewis, I'm telling you, you need to experience it at least once. You've experienced everything else in the automotive cultures. You need to experience Tulsa in February.
Yeah, I think it's going to be possible because that's right around the time we'll be coming through there. Because I don't have to be in Florida until February, I think 26th. Let me see. February 27th.
Yeah, so that gives you a week.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to stop there.
And then where in Florida is it?
Melrose. It's just west of Jacksonville.
West of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Off of 10?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, right off of 10. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's the route I travel when I go back and forth to St. Augustine. Because I come down 10 into Jacksonville and then go south.
Yeah, so last year when we were there, we were in Melrose, and then we went over to St. Augustine's and stayed there for about a week.
Okay, what do you think of St. Augustine?
Oh, love it. Love it. So
that's where the new Jaguar shop is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's where, I'm going to be working part-time throughout the next year or so.
Oh, sweet. So
right Right in St. Augustine.
That's a nice area. When I grew up in Orlando, so one weekend, my parents, this is when I was a kid, my parents were like, hey, we're going on a weekend road trip. So my dad bought a van, so he threw a mattress in the back, and we threw a cooler in, and we just took off for the weekend. We went up there. So that's the oldest city in the country.
That's what I understand.
Yep. Yep.
St.
I
Augustine.
haven't seen much of it because when I'm there to work. So I don't play the tourism thing, but I've driven through the downtown. I've gone over all 3 of the bridges,
Mm-hmm.
and eaten at some of the joints. There's a really cool taco joint, Street Tacos.
Yep.
I know how to get to it, but I couldn't tell you the name of the place.
So downtown, there's a pizza place that has a variety of pizzas from all over the country that they serve there. We were just there in May, I think, May. I think we were there in May. Yep. Beautiful area. So yeah, tomorrow I'm doing a car show here in Quartzsite, and so I'm going to be judging, and that's gonna be cool. Small car show. I mean, they said it might be 50 cars, 100 cars.
Good mix of everything.
Yeah, so they'll have motorcycles, trucks, and vintage and muscle.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. Get to meet the locals, and I guess a couple motorcycle clubs are coming from different areas in Arizona, so that's gonna be cool. Yep. So I have pictures of that and video.
All right.
Let me check and see if Ray might have. All right, who's making all the noise?
I don't think it's me.
Paul.
Wasn't me.
Oh,
I mean, I got my bag of M&Ms out, but
okay. So Vince, a lot of KZs popping up, man.
I saw a black KZ kind of popped through one of the feeds there, and I was like, it was for sale, and I didn't see how, if it was 1,000 or what year. Just because they throw so many of the KZs, LTDs, and stuff in, all in that same little genre. I want to get together with Ray and Christian about taking him what I've got and let him know, kind of, because he's in that world, with Orient Express and all that stuff, who I've known about Orient Express for years, and just kind of, because that's his world, let him know what I see up here, and I'm no doubt he can make it so where I love to ride, but building them is a little different. That's not my wheelhouse. I mean, yeah, I can wrench on them, but you know what I mean? That's like taking your truck to a car mechanic. Yeah. You're going to have better off finding a truck mechanic.
Yeah.
Because that's their world. Well, look, use it for example, Schoolie, when you were having trouble when they found that that truck mechanic, they got in there and he and all of a sudden you're gone.
Yep.
That's their world.
Spin your wheels until.
That's their ballpark. So.
Yep. Spin your wheels until. Hold on, I'm sending Ray the code. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, but it seems like the KZs for some reason are popular now, where they've always kind of had that little underground, like they've always had a following.
Yeah.
But they really seem like there's just a lot of
action on them.
A lot of eyeballs, as they would say.
Yeah, I think it's because of the internet. People are posting a lot of stuff, and it's opening up the world on everything, and that's messing up the prices. I mean, KZs have always been kind of high, but now they're out. You can't touch them.
Well, hell, Hell, there's one guy that I kind of follow. That's all this guy does is he's got a 25 or 30 foot enclosed trailer in a dually, and he'll line up deals or honey holes, and then he'll take off and then just go buy all the KZ, LTD, all that stuff, and then he's almost like a it's that same idea of like what the guys from Roadkill do. They basically get them running, and they go, here, it's running. You take it and run with it now. It runs.
I wish I could find somebody do that. So here, take it, run. I'll run with it.
Well,
Do you still have that parts bike you had?
yeah, I've got. They're both. I still got the one to. The one that I got papers for is a 82, and then I've got a frame that I wanted to swap the backbones or the back
Swing arm.
backbone. Oh yeah, they would call it the backbone, because I personally like the early to mid 70s tanks, kind of that round that it's got nice curves on it. It's nice and round.
Yep.
Well, they used a backbone, and then they had two smaller tubes that come up out of the neck and then back into. And the tanks had the mounting cups on the lower tubes, where the 82, I think it was 81, 82, the later models use that same cup, mount style, but it's just a single tube on the backbone.
Yeah.
And I'd also like, because I'm so short, not as short as you, but I'd like to, can we add an inch here, add an inch here, just kind of, relax the proportions a little bit, because a stock one, I always felt like I was kind of, not crunked, but, if you could just, what I'm saying, just kind of stretch, put a little half inch here, half inch there, or just, let it relax a little bit. And so that's kind of why I ended up with the other bike to swap the backbone out of. But
that's a good idea. What do you think about the stretched swing arms?
Believe it or not, an F3 swing arm will bolt right onto a KZ, and it's an inch longer.
Really?
I mean, it looks factory, but it's an inch longer, because that's what's on my bike now. Is we got to looking at it and the benefits of having a friend runs a motorcycle salvage yard. So he got to look and measure, and he goes, hell. So he come back with that, and I said, what's that? He goes, this is a swing arm off a Honda F3 Honda. I think it was a Honda.
Oh, yeah?
And we measured it out, bolted it right in.
Nice.
So
now, what forks are they using off of new bikes? On
the
those?
new guys are running the inverted forks, where and if you do that, you can slam them right down to the ground, where before mine has LTD forks on it.
Excuse me 1 second. I have to take a call real quick.
Go ahead. But the problem when you start using those inverted forks, they're a lot more money than the old school. So,
How much of a performance advantage is that?
well, I think it's a couple pounds in weight, plus it's one of those things where, because that's what's out there now, you can get spring kits for them, you can get seal kits for them, so you can adjust them, and you can really slam them, down, because you can get into triple trees and just really drop the nose of the bike, versus like where mine, I've got LTD forks on mine, and it lets me lower the bike a little bit, but I can't drop it as far as if I had inverted forks.
Right, right.
Congratulations, Mr. Ray.
Congratulations, there, Ray.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I can hardly hear you. Hang on. I'm trying to get this.
I'm gonna cut out early tonight, fellas, and call it a night.
All right, Paul. I'll let you know what my plans are on cross country.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of you, text you that information on John's car so you can look for it if you're there Saturday.
Okay, cool.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
Good night,
talk to you later.
everybody.
Take care, Paul.
All right, can you hear us now, Ray?
Hang on. Switch to the headphones. I can't hear shit.
Can you
Okay.
hear us now?
I can
You
hear
hear
you now. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute.
Thank you.
So tell us the weight and all that good stuff. All the girls.
Oh, he was 7'5" and 7.5, 7 pounds 5. Yeah, 7. Shit. Can you tell I'm a little dopey? Yeah. 7 pounds 5 ounces, 19 and a half inches.
Wow.
And we just left the house now, and we're happy to say he had a really, really big poop.
Good.
What they were hoping for. So, because he's brandy new, and we're going to try and void the warranty as fast as we can.
There you go. That's sweet.
So,
What's his name?
Caden Jet.
Caden Jet.
Can you tell my daughter and son-in-law are big Jets fans?
Good Lord, why?
Listen, why are we fans of anything? You know, why do we do what we do? Mine is not the question, Jim.
Oh, I hear. I'm a long-suffering Jet fan, so.
Okay. It's kind of funny because when I would bring her car to Tire Town in Rockville Center, and she got a white RAV4, and she had Jet stickers on the hood, on the gas door. She still has them on the back. She has a Yankee sticker, an Islander sticker, in North Carolina. But the guy who owns the Tire Town will come around and it's like, who's got all the fucking Jet shit on the car? I'm like, Joe, it's my daughter. He goes, I love her. I want to meet her. Where is she? I want to give her a big hug. I was like, yeah, I know. You guys stick together.
Go through the pain and suffering together.
But I tell you what I've been waiting to do since Tuesday night is I got this giant piece of double chocolate fudge cake with cherry, and it's been in the fridge, and we've been either going out to eat too late, where I said, I'm eating that freaking cake tonight. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I explode. I'm eating that cake. So excuse me while I chew.
I have a celebratory piece of chocolate cake.
Yeah, well, that's what we've
So
been
did
doing.
you
A
drive-
lot of it.
Did you drive straight down there, or did you?
Oh
go
yeah.
early?
No, we came down last Saturday, and of course, it's like a 10-hour drive, but it took 13 hours because Vince will love this. I already showed him. I sent some pictures on. We came down 95, and it was cool because I sent Brian a picture. I saw the sign for Silver Spring. I'm like, hey, I know that. I know Silver Spring. So here I am driving with one hand in the rain, taking pictures of the sign. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got to just send this to Brian. So they took us from 95 to 295 and then over to Route 66 to go west. I'm like, all right, I didn't expect that. So 66 isn't a particularly long stretch. And I swear to God, 0.2 of a mile in front of us, brake lights, we're in the rain, we stop. I'm like, okay, what happened? So, 10 minutes later, we see a cop come down on the right breakdown lane. I'm like, okay, something happened. There's an accident or something. They'll clear it. It's only 2 lanes, and we'll get through. Of course, this is, there's that big ditch to the left, the big culvert ditch, so you can't go that way. Well, what it was a 52-foot tractor trailer, and this knucklehead ended up facing, he must have, there's all these, big yellow lit up signs saying, with left arrows to let you know there's a left curve ahead. He must have gone, a right curve, I'm sorry. He must have gone into the right curve and literally 360 because his nose was into that ditch and the box was across the 2 lanes of traffic. So we sat there for over an hour and a half. Shut the car just in the rain, and you don't know what's going on. Actually, my daughter gets on Facebook, and someone in the line had posted pictures on Facebook of what was going on. And I'm just thinking, if that's a guy without a CDL, if that's one of those freaking wetbacks with black eyes, I want to get out and just pound the shit out of him. I'm like, this is why I stayed off of 81. And of course, 66 took us over to 81. And, so yeah, Vince, it was just trucker pain, man. But, and I tell you, you guys know, driving in the rain is just so much more
Miserable.
it wears you down. Because at some points there was just so
Especially
much
that rain. Especially when you left, that rain was buckets. I mean, it was pouring down rain.
Yeah,
on and off.
At some point, it was just like a wall of water, and I'm just looking for a light. Give me like a marker light or a brake light. I'm just looking for something that I can reference myself to because I'm going 75 miles an hour. So I figured I might as well have something to follow, and so we
you
made
have to really watch the lines, and hopefully the line is painted enough. Sometimes some of those places especially on 95, it hasn't been touched in 20 years, so the marking is really bad.
or more. And on 81, I mean, luckily sometimes you'll get the side markers that you can follow, because it's dark. I mean, there's no other exterior light. Yeah, it was a trip, man. It was a trip.
The worst one, Ray, is if you run across some fresh blacktop and it's rained and it's dark. It's like you don't even have the headlights on because it just disappears. You're like, Jesus, there's no light in front of you. That black asphalt and it's wet, and that's the stuff that I hate. Is like I said, when it's that dark black asphalt and it's raining and it's late or early.
Yeah,
that's like, man, I can't see. Squat.
I will say that the truckers this time were, especially on 95. I was like, I'm loving you guys. They were obeying the rules of the road. These were like pro truckers. That's what I want to drive with. I'll drive with truckers any day. I'll go piggyback. I'll go in a rocking chair. I'll do anything. Those guys, you guys know how to drive. But we get over to 81, and now, of course, it wasn't the same clown show that it was last time I was down here, but there was a little bit of shenanigans, and you're like, all right, you kind of expect it. What are you going to do? But
how long did the rain last?
All the way down. I mean, we left New York, got through Jersey. The rain really didn't. It was a little bit in Jersey. It really didn't start till somewhere in Virginia. Actually, when we got into Maryland is when it got heavy. I said, "Thanks a lot, Brian. Thanks a lot." Here I am, like, thanks.
It was bad. Last Saturday.
I almost stopped by just to show you how much I was thankful. But and then through Maryland, and then of course back through Virginia and all the way down. I mean, it really didn't stop until I was in North Carolina. Until I got on 77, and then finally it stopped. So it is what it is. It goes with the territory. But Lewis, we went to a antique mall down here today. Mm-hmm. It's like 88,000 square feet. I mean, you literally get lost in this thing.
Wow.
And I'm talking to my buddy Rob. Rob was from the Gunk Corporation. Radiator, was it Silver? No, they had Silver Solder. Radiator Specialties was the parent company. Mm-hmm. So Rob was in the family. It was a family business, and they did just sell a couple of years ago. So I've been friends with him for a long time. And I was talking to him today, and I know he's been getting into sewing. He bought a couple old Singer sewing machines.
Oh, yeah.
So I told him the mall is in the town. Actually, we're right in the town next to where Lou is. We were in Concord, which is next to Kannapolis. So we're right by the Motor Speedway. Jim, it was the first time I actually saw Charlotte. I mean, it's like fucking 3 blocks. My daughter was like, how big is that thing? I'm like, I don't know. And it just keeps going. Like, and there's Z-Max on the other side. Holy shit.
Yep.
Cool.
4-way drags, yeah.
Oh, man. So I was talking to Rob, and I was telling him, there's a sewing machine here, and he's telling me now one of his hobbies is he's working with leather. And he's not looking to do upholstery or anything. He's looking to do wallets, bags. I said, listen, you got to talk to Lewis Lee. I said, Rob, you got to come on the show with us and talk to Lewis. I said, because he knows his stuff. He does his stuff, professionally. I said, we're just going to have to sit back and listen. So he said, he goes, I'll wait till you get back. He says, then, talk to me and I'll come on. So we'll get him on and you guys can talk leather.
All right, cool.
I said, listen, Lewis is, I took it upon myself to tell him that I offered you services. I said, listen, Lewis is a great guy. He'll talk to you. He'll talk to anybody, and he likes to educate. and
Yeah.
I'm sure that you got questions. He'll answer them. And
Yeah, for sure.
I offered you up, and he said, "Oh, that'd be great." He says, "I appreciate it." And Rob's a good guy. I wouldn't offer it to him unless
Right,
unless
right.
he deserved it. So
Oh yeah, I love it. Yep.
so
I'm Coach Isaac. I'm making him a cowboy hat. So that's on the deck right now. I'm waiting on the material to get here. I'm gonna make him good, bad, and evil.
nice.
I need to get with you, Lewis. I've got a like a almost I forget what you call it, like a it looks almost like a Bible, but it's I use it as a wallet. I need to have a zipper put on it.
Okay.
Because if you just got it and it opens and you have no way to kind of hold, if it gets moved around, all of a sudden everything that was in a pocket is now out of the pocket in a bag or falling off.
On the floor.
Yeah, send me a picture of it to see if I can do it. I'll let you know. Yep. So Coach seen my hat. My cowboy hat.
Nice.
So he wants me to do one for him.
That's a lot of work. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Fun though. I mean, once I'm into it, it's therapeutic. So it don't seem like it's taking a long time because I'm like relaxed.
Sure.
You know the crazy part, Lewis? That how much cheaper is the leather to do that hat versus getting a beaver pelt to do it?
Yeah. So for me to do that hat, I would charge probably $500 to $700. But a beaver hat, man, you're at $800 to $1,500 easy.
They start, like I said, they start about $700-800 just for just for the raw. I forget what the term for the
it's beaver
blank for, where it's they take it and they have to shape it and block it. And
how about possum?
I don't know if they use possum.
Is that a little better?
It might be a little cheaper with possum.
Raccoon?
Yeah.
Raccoon? I see them all over the place.
Yeah.
Straw. That's straw. Get a straw hat.
Vince, when I was down in Gullah country, I saw those women on the side of the road weaving the Gullah baskets. I was like, wow, I make a cool hat, right? You shoot a bullet at it.
Yeah, that's marsh grass.
Yeah.
I stopped at a couple
when they make those baskets and all that stuff. They do.
Yeah.
I stopped in Texas I was gonna buy a hat. Man, I'm looking at these hats. I'm like, there's no way I'm spending $800 for a hat. I can go home and make one.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there it is. I won't be buying one.
Excellent.
I'm gonna try one of those felt ones though, where you steam it. I'm gonna try to do one of those too.
Like a crusher?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So you can buy the blank. I think they're like $100 for the blank. So I think I'm gonna try it. You get my steamer out and see if I can do it.
Yeah, there's a couple of the couple guys that I kind of somewhat follow on Facebook, and that's what they do, hats and stuff like that. And they, you watch them steam them, and they've got the thing where they can, where they set the set the size and all that, and then they can, if you want the crown or if you want the drop down and all that, and they'll flip it over, and they got the little thing to cut the brim, and like I said, they've got all the fancy tools. But then again, if you're making $900,000 hats, and the big, they knock them right out.
Yeah, those guys are pretty sweet too, man. They're doing nice jobs. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep. So you see any cars down there, Ray?
No. It's actually cold. It's in the 30s right now. Last week it was in the 70s. And I saw like one car out on the road. Yeah, people, I think they hibernate. I mean, I don't care. It's cold. As long as it's dry, it's car weather. Yeah. So I haven't seen one motorcycle. I mean, they're different. I think the locals get scared. I don't know. So yeah, really haven't seen any nice cars. I mean, there's a truck up the block from my daughter's house, a C10, a square body. I've been watching now for a couple of years. I keep telling them, if you see a sign go on that thing, go take it off and just tell them, call me. I'm coming to pick it up.
In good shape, huh?
Beautiful, yeah, really nice shape, really nice. It's that kind of like that medium, like that firethorn blue color. That a million of them were. It's already been lowered, and the guy's got some aftermarket wheels on it, but it looks original. Otherwise, I can't see under the hood, obviously. But
What you do is you start sending him a postcard every couple of weeks or every month.
yeah, and it's been sitting there now for 2 years that I've been coming down, so I'm watching it.
It hasn't moved?
No, the same basketball is stuck underneath it. It just sits in one spot on the driveway, and that's it.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
I told my son-in-law, I said, well, either the guy, maybe he got it and he plans on working on it and he hasn't gotten to it, or maybe he inherited it and he's waiting for another day. I said, there's 100 stories. Why? I said, maybe he just doesn't have the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was 3 other vehicles in the driveway, trucks and cars, so it's not like he's walking. But yeah, keep my eye on it.
Ray, you can always do what that guy did. It was on what's his name, Graveyard Cars, where he
Mark.
handed him his business card and he had like a $50 or $100 bill stapled to it. And he goes,
Yeah.
"This way you won't. I'm serious, and you won't lose if like the guy ended up buying like 2 Superbird. No, that's right. He had a Superbird, and they found one that was original, and they wanted it for a son. So to show the guy that they were serious, he stapled like a $50 or $100 bill to his business card, and he goes, when you're ready, you name your price and we'll buy the car.
Wow.
And he goes, I'm just going to leave it at that. You know what it is. We know what it is.
Yeah.
When you want to sell it, you name your price and we'll buy it.
Right.
And eventually he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
great. Yeah. Well, Ray,
Yeah.
you got the money. Go ahead and staple a C note.
Yeah, a little C note on there. Yeah. Then they gotta move.
Yeah.
Not my luck. Like, where'd that car go? How come the house is empty?
Ray, is it good
money.
cake? Is
Yeah.
the cake good?
It is. It's very good. It's very good. And I got a key lime pie waiting for. You know why? We went to a place called Burton's. It's a really good restaurant, and my wife ordered a steak. She ordered a filet mignon, and I told her, I said, you got to learn. She orders it medium well. She likes it to be pinkish red.
Medium.
And it came well done.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, so she called the guy over. He says, well, we'll send it back. She's like, don't even bother. Everybody else has their dinners. It'll take too long. So the manager comes over, of course. No, we'll make you new. And she's like, listen, forget it. It's like, they're going to be done with theirs. Just don't worry about it. He goes, all right, listen. He goes, I'll tell you what. Well, I'm sorry. He goes, I'd like to give you some, desserts on me. So all right. So I got these 2 desserts that we took home, but I told her, listen, we got to go to a steakhouse. You just got to get a steak at a steakhouse.
Mhm.
They know how to make it.
Yep.
So it was disappointing for her, but what are you gonna do? But I did get a bourbon drink. It was a bourbon old fashioned, and I tell you, man, I don't know. They don't make drinks like New York. So it was a rocks glass, and it had one of those big giant ice cubes in the middle, which pisses me off because that's displacing my liquor factor in there. And it was maybe not even 2/3 of the way up the ice with the bourbon old fashioned. And I was like, if I took that ice out of there, I'd be looking at maybe. That's like when I go order like a triple at $16 a pop. It's like, dude, come on. I mean, by me, I'll tell them, I'll order a drink. I'll get a rocks glass. It'll be almost full. It'll be more than 3/4 full.
Unfortunate, Ray. There's too many of those places that measure their shots.
Yeah.
When they do a drink, they measure them, and there you go. That's your drink.
Last night we went to a Mexican place, Zapata's. Very, very good. Very, very authentic Mexican. And I got their jumbo margarita. So it was in one of those thick, the glass was like a 1/2 inch thick. The glass itself had to weigh freaking 5 pounds. That was a lot of margarita. So I finished it. And I said, I'm telling myself, about now that buzz should be kicking in. This margarita should be, no. It's like, I got the jumbo version here. It's like I'm not even catching a buzz. Like what the? I don't know. I don't know if it's just down here or. I know at home we drink a lot better.
Professionals.
Yeah, well, we get what we pay for at least. If I'm going to pay $16 for a rocks glass, I'm getting you're getting at least a double out of it, or
Right.
more so. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, the food is good. So yeah.
So Ray, I'm probably going over to Barrett Jackson. So if you see
Nice.
any cars or heard of anything, let me know. And I'll
Okay.
shoot some pictures of it or video it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. When's the auction?
Start Saturday.
Steve Magnante is going to be back because I follow his YouTube channel. He's been doing a junkyard crawl up in Massachusetts, and he said, "I'm going to be back at Barrett Jackson in January." I'll be back on the block. He goes, it'll be a lot better being on a stage than walking across leaves and twigs and sticks in a junkyard. He goes, I like the truth. He goes, I like the junkyard better. He goes, but they're going to pay me. So he'll be back at Barrett Jackson. That'll be good to see.
Nice.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I got to get him back on the show.
It's a lucky man, Ray.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah.
Because I had an uncle who I'd never met, who had the same issue to what was it, the same thing that he had, the same medical condition, not emphysema.
No, I don't remember what it was called.
It's when they said it, when I heard, when the guys from Roadkill and all that started talking about how he was sick and this and that and the other, and they all chipped in and started doing episodes for his channel just to try to drive some traffic.
Yeah.
When they said what had happened to him, that kind of clicked into what had happened to my uncle. And when that happened to my uncle, it pretty much messed him up to the point that mentally he was no more than about a 6 or 7 year old.
Yeah, you could. I was following Steve all along, and he did get it was like when my partner Joe had a stroke. I mean, you see the guy that who's fluent and witty and quick, and now it's like you got like half of him, and he's trying. You can tell he's trying, and through no fault of his own, he just isn't there. And Steve, Steve had the same impairment. I said, man, you don't know how permanent that's going to be. He luckily is much better. He's he misses a little bit of a half a step now and again with the junkyard thing, but I know he has a guy giving him cues off to the side, helping him out a little bit. But he did bounce back remarkably well, I got to say.
Well, look at that fella from Pennsylvania, Fetterman.
Oh, right, yeah.
Look at the difference of what some time and some rehab and some work with Fetterman, because when that happened with him, he
used to be a Democrat.
Well, he's still kind of
no, but
technically is.
He's a lot better now. He's a lot better.
But as far as his speech and stuff like that, he was. I mean, you could tell, and he was. But now he is a lot better, a lot more clear, a lot more focused, and it's just like, dude, is it the same guy? And it's like, oh yeah, it's. He's like I said, he seems to be.
Is the cruel to hope all the other Democrats have strokes? Just asking for a friend, okay?
Yeah, just asking for a friend, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I've been telling a lot of people now, just tonight even, I told them about this show and a radio show, and I was giving them like the whole recap in 10 minutes. So I went back to the beginning and how I started and all, and I was telling them about Lou and John, and I said, man, there was some nights where we had some shows where between the two of those guys, I said, when politics was involved, oh my God, I'm surprised we didn't get booted off the air, because it was no holds barred and it was ugly sometimes. I mean, I was scared for John a couple times. I thought he was going to actually get a visit. And I said, yeah, but we survived. Yeah, we survived it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's funny.
So Coach Isaac hit us in the chat. Somebody tried to steal his car at school, and they couldn't drive a stick, so they messed up.
Nice.
The best theft deterrent is a stick shift.
Yeah.
Summit has a new line of shirts out now. One of them is, it's a picture of a stick shift. It's a millennial theft device. I think that's going to be one I'm going to buy.
Yep.
I like that one.
Well, I bet you he's turned sideways. Somebody tried to steal his car.
Oh,
Yep.
Lewis, I was telling Ray, I was coming back from a couple weeks back, and I'm cruising down 95, literally just outside, just before you get to the St. Johns River there in Jacksonville, and I see this convertible red E-Type on the back of a rollback, and I'm like, I love an E-Type. That is, I agree with Enzo. You know, because Enzo Ferrari's quote was, "That's the most beautiful car that's ever was as an E-Type Jag."
Mhm.
I remember when I lived in Florida, in Moroso Motorsports Park it's what it was back then. Not sure what it was. They used to have, because not only would they do drag racing, but they had a road course set up, and they would teach Skip Barber. Skip Barber had his school there, and they would do some racing and stuff like that. And I remember I was telling Ray on the back of a little MGB or MGBT or something, the guy had painted on the back of his car, Lucas Electronics, world's best anti-theft.
The Prince of Darkness.
Mhm.
Riding with the Prince of Darkness. I saw that sticker once.
It was like, because you either love it or you hate it, or you can work on them or you can't.
They even sold a jar that said, spare smoke. You pour the smoke back in after it lets out of your fuse box.
Did you ever hear about the Lucas vacuum cleaner?
No, Jim.
It's the one product they made that didn't suck.
That didn't suck. Right? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Brian, keep it down. You're making too much noise over there.
Yep, I'm trying.
Oh, man.
Any anything new on the Mustang?
Do I?
Have you done anything new on the Mustang?
No. I got after the last week or so, it's been kind of difficult, so I haven't done really much of anything.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'd like to try to work on some this weekend, but we'll see what happens.
So, Brian, we were talking a couple of weeks ago. No, I'm done. About the, about tool guys, and I don't remember how our exact conversation went, but I remember we were talking about, just what it takes these days to be on a route. And I think I probably had part of this conversation with someone offline, so I'm just transposing it. But I found out when I was out at the shop I pick up the rental car by the shop, and my buddy tells me, "Hey, guess what?" He says, "What's this guy's name?" Snap-on guy. He goes, "He's done. He retired again. He's out." I'm like, "What? Really?" Now, this was a guy who was a route guy, and then for many years, and they brought him to the dark side. He went into corporate. He became, I don't know exactly what he did. Whatever those guys do is what he was doing. And then he left corporate and came back on as a route guy. And that's when I met him. And he knew his stuff because he had been a route guy earlier, but he just didn't have the drive. He wasn't like he wasn't like into it fresh, like, "Oh man, I'm finally a Snap-on guy. I got my." Yeah, it's like he was just working until he was going to retire again. So he never really pushed anything, and he wasn't really excited about anything. He was a good enough guy. But I remember, I had a couple problems. Like a few years ago, I bought some of the new plier sets, and one of them started rusting on one side of the pliers. And I brought it back and I said, "Hey, dude, these things are starting to rust." Like, he was out. "Did you oil them?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I hit them with with WD-40 and all." "Well, it's because you're keeping them in a bad environment here." I'm like, "No, I have these at home." I said, "And yeah, granted, they're in a garage outside, but they're in my toolbox." I said, "My tools at the shop are new." I said, "None of my other tools did this." I said, "Just these new pliers." It took them like 4 weeks to get me a replacement pair of pliers. I was like, "Really?" So, he wasn't the most dynamic guy, but now I hear he's out. And then I said, "Okay, well, who's the new guy?" And he says, "No, he must be related to the Matt guy." He says, "Because no new guy has shown up yet." and the Matco guy who they really liked, stopped showing up. The Matt guy is the only tool guy that shows up now. And the Matco guy loved that shop in Limbrook because the Matco guy was a younger guy, and he would have one or two girls with them, and they were all Spanish. So, and the guys in the body shop side, they were all Spanish, all of them. And they were buying, now those guys who were buying Harbor Freight were buying Matco. Because they go on the truck and everybody, it was like a fiesta. Everybody's hooping it up and hollering. And then, of course, they're checking out the girls. And I'm sure if the guy was smart, he was having the girls, would you like to buy this range? I guess. I don't know. I never got to see it firsthand, but I'm sure. And now they said the Matco guys stopped showing up. I'm like, damn, that's odd. So it's happening everywhere. That's the takeaway. It's not just,
No.
you. It's everywhere.
Oh,
I got a question. Brian, I had a
Well,
question. So I watched the video the other day about Harbor Freight and how they're starting to change things. Do you think that's affecting the tool trucks at all? Do you think they're
Well, I mean, they're to a point. I mean, the bottom line, the tool truck isn't really a tool truck. It's all about service. It's
Right.
about, it never fails because, somebody will say, well, I get this from, I have one guy, he buys all kinds of stuff off Amazon. He has all this stuff delivered. It breaks 2 weeks later. It all sits there. I mean, the amount of money that he spends.
Bless you.
That was a good one.
Oh, two.
Zoom tight.
bless you?
The amount of money that guy spends double because he buys the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tell him, I said, I know I was $50 more, but, if you have a problem, it's taken care of. You have another one, you're back. I said, when are you going to find time to take that stuff back or to go through and try to set? And it's still sitting there. It's now been, a month later, and he's got all that stuff sitting there. He finally bought it from me. And, a lot of times it's hard for people to understand that service because they sit there and say, oh, I can get it cheaper from there. Well, go get it. But when they have a problem, they're paying double. And
That's what I tell
it
people.
always.
That's what I tell people about solar equipment. Like you can buy the Victron solar equipment off Amazon, but you don't have nobody to call if something happens or tech support or any of that. And you only have 30 days to return it.
Right. And I mean, like I said, some guys, and like I said, I tell them all the time, and I got it. I mean, I've got stuff from other places. I don't use it every day. It was once in a blue moon or something that I need. I don't have a problem with, there's no reason to spend a couple $100 for it if you only use it once in a blue moon. You don't have to rely on it. But certain tools that you rely on, I had a guy with a wrench set. Wrenches. I mean, he bought some cheap ass pair of wrenches and did nothing but he spent more time fixing rounded out bolts and nuts and not getting stuff off. And I just said, well, this is something you use every day. You got to spend a little bit of money and get a good quality wrench. And so I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't even know what to think or to expect anymore. It's day by day.
Yeah.
It's a weird market.
But Brian,
And it doesn't even matter. Half the stuff is all bought up by one person, sold by one person, and rebranded to everybody else. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian, you hit it on the head as far as why, at least I was particular about the guys that I bought stuff off of, the tool trucks, when I was in the trade, because I was, when I first was, had my ASC and was doing all that stuff, I bought nothing but Snap-on. Everything was Snap-on. Everything I bought was Snap-on. And as Keith is here, That was my Snap-on man. That was my first Snap-on. That was his first. That was his name, Keith. Well, Keith retired. So when, Snap-on did their thing, and here comes the new guy that's got that route now, I had a question about something. So he came in, handing out his cards. Hey, I Keith retired and all. I said, yeah, we know Keith. We know he retired. So here I'm taking his route and all this, that, and the other. And I was like, as a matter of fact, I do have a question. So I said, give me 1 second. Let me go grab it. So, and it was a creeper. I was going to see if he could get me. I kept having trouble with the wheel, where the stud comes up, and it had almost like a, not like a Zerk, but a,
It had like a spring clip lock, right?
what it was.
It had
the
two
nut.
pieces that slipped in.
Or the, it was when they had first come out with the drop chassis and the offset wheels in the centers. When they first came out with the 6-wheel creepers instead of the old school, just 4 in the corners. Because of me being as small as I am, I liked the drop down because it gave me a little bit more room if I had to go underneath. But the caster kept coming loose, and I would try to snug up the cap like a captured nut, because it had the stud to come through the frame rail. So I was going to ask him if they had a better way or could get me another set of wheels. I come around the corner and I had the creeper in my hand, and immediately he started screaming, "No warranty on creepers! No warranty!" I was like, dude, time out. I've got a question. I didn't say I had a problem. I had a question. No warranty on creepers. No, I don't warranty. Dude, again, I have a question. I didn't say I had a problem. I had a question. So me and him started oil and water, and it wasn't but about 2 or 3 weeks later that I called Snap-on, got an RGA, and I went, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep this. I'm going to, pay those off. I want RGAs for the rest of this stuff. I'm not going to deal with him.
Yeah.
Most guys shoot himself in the foot because they, like I said, they automatically. That's the same thing happened to the one Mac guy that started, and we got a new Cornwall guy, and we'll see what happens because they get bombarded. And they don't look. I mean, it's hard to look at. It's hard to take the warranty because, again, you're not getting money back. I mean, you paid the money for the tool, and you send it into the company, and they give you a credit. So you have. It is kind of hard up front to realize that you're not getting money. You're getting this credit. You just got to know how to spend your money correctly. It's it's how you buy the tool, not how you sold the tool. Where you, if you buy it correctly, you can make money.
But my thing is coming from a customer service oriented background that just really whizzed me off. You have a question and all of a sudden they get defensive. It's like, dude, you don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
Yep. Hey guys, I gotta jump off early. So Ray, you have control of the button.
I got the con.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my car show tomorrow, and I'll put some pictures up on Facebook, and I'll let you know what's going on at Barrett Jackson. Hopefully, I'll get some good footage.
Excellent.
Which day going to Barrett Jackson?
I'm not sure. I'm waiting on Frank to get back to me to see what day he's going, so I can try to coordinate with some people.
There's an 84 Hurst Olds there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Running on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll definitely shoot that because I'm an old guy.
Yeah, that's why I figured I'll tell you about it. There's also another. There's an old Cutlass. Like a 70.
I don't know.
77. Oh, there's 2 77s.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, those look nice.
It's gonna be exciting to be able to go there and not have to work. See, anytime I ever went there, it was I was taking cars. I was working.
I gotta tell you something before you go. So, Meekum is come out it's this week, and then this weekend's the last days.
Mhm.
So you mentioned about doing media for I don't remember what SEMA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I sent Meekum. I said, yeah, I want to do media, and they said, what's your website? And this, I gave them my YouTube and everything like that. And I go,
Mhm.
all right, how many tickets do you need? I'm like, oh, okay, give me 2 tickets.
Nice.
So I got a media pass. I don't know what that means, but I got a
They
media
will.
pass for
This
They'll
is-
ask you to. They'll ask you to share all of your posted. Anything you put online, they'll want you to share with them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sent Justin this right here. This is on Saturday. On Saturday.
Ooh, Lincoln.
Oh,
The
man.
Lincoln.
Got the electric one?
No, I don't know. I just
No.
Nice.
it was low to the ground, man. That thing is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that at the auction? One of the auctions?
Yeah, Barrett Jackson. It's on a
Barrett
super Saturday. It said
Oh, it'll be a high dollar.
Um,
Saturday, high
Black
dollar.
Stallion. That's what they
I
call
did.
it.
I did see a video somewhere, and I didn't know this, but if you want your car on a certain day, you can pay to have it on a certain. I didn't know that. Like, wow. So you could be on Super Saturday if you kick up enough. I don't know what it costs, but
It said it was lot 1407 Black Stallion.
wow.
There's a couple.
Ray, when they
there.
talk
Powered
about
by a
solar
Coyote,
premium,
so it can't be electric.
No. No.
Ray, they talk about sellers premiums. They don't tell you how much they are.
Right.
Oh, yep, this one.
Yeah.
Full custom
Big dollars, though.
It's
Lewis, I'll take a
10%
couple
buyer,
pictures
80%
of that
seller.
stuff, and I'll shoot it off to you and let you kind of see if you can work with me.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, Lewis.
Okay, Lewis.
See you later.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
later.
good.
Yes.
As it sunk.
Yeah,
in
they're
there,
having
Ray.
they're having the Batmobile too for going up on auction. 75. Yeah, 75 Lincoln Continental Mark IV custom coupe.
Yeah, it's okay. That's further away from original.
It's not the original.
But some guys still want it for their collection. They want it in the, it was a Halo car in their garage. So,
I mean, it kind of looks like the old Batmobile.
yeah.
Oh, it's got big fat tires on it. I don't think
Yeah. It's a modernized version.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was just watching with my son-in-law. He's got he's got a Samsung TV, so he watches the Samsung channels, and he goes, "Yeah, take the," because I never get to watch TV when I'm away. My wife has a TV. I'm watching YouTube on a computer, so I'm like, okay. So I grab the thing and I go to the channel guide, and one of the first
25.
who?
25 Motor Trend.
Oh no, I didn't even get that far. One of the first things I saw on the guy, 'cause he was watching Hell's Kitchen, was Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Correct.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was
And I
Joel.
was like,
That was a
oh!
great show.
So I put it on, and he's like, "You like this?" I said, "Dude, I grew up watching this." I said, "I used to watch it in the 70s. It was black and white on like Channel 9. It was on midnight." I said, "But I watched it back then, and then I didn't see it again for like 40 years." And he says, "Well, it came back, and we found out that it came back in like 2017, 18." I said, "Yeah, that's probably about right, because I caught it on cable somewhere, watched it again, and said, man, this is just as fun as it ever was." I said, and then I lost it again. But now I know it's living on Samsung TV. I tell you, I watched 3 of those movies tonight while we were over there. I just left it. And everybody came in and they were sitting there like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, Mystery Science Theater 3000. No, don't worry. I said, you know what? Because if you don't get it, you don't get it. And I know that nobody else gets it. So just give me my time here.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had a commercial for Monty Python, The Life of Brian, and I was telling him, I said, it's just like Monty Python. You either get it or you don't. You either like it or you hate it, and that's just the way it is.
Yep.
Yep.
So
I like the one, whichever. I don't remember which one it was, but he's like, just have this one more wafer. And he goes, Oh, all right. It just blows up.
The fat bastard. I
Big
couldn't
fat
eat
guy.
another bite.
Yeah.
No, it's just wafer thin. It's just a wafer thin. All right. Blah, blah. And they're getting buckets. Bring me a bucket.
Everybody's disgusting.
Oh my God. Yeah. Terrible. But so so I just bonded with my son-in-law. over crappy TV. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Yep.
Man, oh, Manischewitz, I don't know. So, yeah, I didn't expect it to be cold in the South. I tell you that much. I really didn't. And I didn't.
Yeah,
The warmest thing I brought was a new flannel they got me for Christmas that has like a little bit of a fleece lining. I didn't bring a jacket. I didn't bring a sweatshirt. I didn't bring it. That's the warmest thing I brought. Because I figured, you know what? I always pack too much. I'm gonna pare it down. I'm not gonna be an idiot. I'm not gonna carry more. Well, I should have brought a jacket with me.
Yeah, the
There you
temperature
go.
dropped here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
33. Yeah, it's
You
so,
see the
yeah,
other
it's
part of it?
45 where I am.
I can't read the other part,
Oh,
but
blurry.
I know here they're talking about like a sleet or something or freezing rain on Saturday. So where are we? Come on. Okay, here we go. In Charlotte.
Jeez,
Wow, look at that.
27.
There you
We're
go.
20.
Warmer up here.
I know.
Ours is 33, feels like 22.
Yeah, this feels like it feels like 27. Yeah, it's and it was weird because when we rolled in last week. I rolled
Here
into
you
it
want
being-
ours. Ours is 20 here, feels like 4.
Oh, geez.
What the heck?
Man, we rolled in here last Saturday, and as we even in the rain, it was 70 degrees at 9:30 at night. I'm like, oh, I can live with this. This is great. And then it was like in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s, and the other day it was like in the low 40s in the morning. It was kind of cool, but then at night, once the sun went down, it was up in the 50s. I'm like, this is the weirdest weather in the world. It got warmer, and then it got colder again overnight. I'm like, what the hell? How do they do it down here? I don't know. It's crazy, but whatever. Then again, the supermarket has a wine bar, so you can sit and they actually have a bartender and a wine bar, and they do in the supermarket. So,
Well, I was about to say there's a chain. I believe they're out of Winston-Salem. It's Lowe's grocery store.
yeah, they just opened one down in South Carolina. Yeah,
And I had 2 or 3 of them in Charleston, in that area where I was at. They've got the same thing. They've got beer. You can go in there and have craft beers and beer. I'm a lager. If I'm going to drink a beer, I like a lager. I don't like ales, stouts, pills. I don't like all that stuff. Just give me an old fashioned. Just give me a lager, then I'm good.
This chain is called Harris Teeter.
Yep.
And that's how I know I'm in a good town, because they have a Harris Teeter. It's like having a King Cullen, Jim. It's like, it's a little more expensive than the other stores. So, like it's not in the poor towns.
Still have King Cullen up there?
It's a glorified Safeway or Albertson. That's who owns them. That's who owns them.
Oh, do they? I don't know. But it's a beautiful
that's
store.
who owns Harris Teeter's Albertson.
In this area in Mecklenburg County, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
And the first time I saw it, like this, you go in, you walk into produce, big expansive produce and all the flowers, and the next aisle over is like a double aisle wide, and it's wine, a full 2 aisles. They got Childress wine, Proud, right up there in the front. I mean, I was like, wow, wine in the supermarket, because you got to go to ABC store for liquor, and you can buy wine in the supermarket. And the prices are actually pretty damn good. And they have a very good selection. I almost wish I was a wine drinker. They don't have Muscatel, so I'm out. No Thunderbird, so yeah.
The liquor store here in our county is merging with another store. So they're closing each of the liquor stores down, the county stores, 50% off on alcohol.
Nice.
Instead of just moving it to the new place, they're building that rush. And it's funny because I went up there, and they had the old lady in the shopping cart with the 19 bottles of whatever liquor, bouncing around in these carts and so forth. And
you should go in and see if you can. You should see if you could put some screwdriver sets in there and have them sell some on consignment.
Oh, I tell you, they were in there, and like I said, 50% off. So I'm not going to lie, I walked out with a $150 bill, and that would have been over $300.
That's easy too. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Ray, I always used to like to go to the Harris Teeter and find that nice, fresh sourdough. Just have them slice that up and get a tub of that nice, maybe a little olive oil style butter.
Yeah.
Just
The thing,
slathered up, eat. Slathered up, eat.
it was in the summer we came down. For some reason, I forget, my wife wanted to get my daughter a jelly donut. So we're in Harris Teeter, and we go in the bakery area down by produce. And I looked, and all the donuts, everything was just, it looked like someone took a trowel and slathered white icing like this thick over everything. I'm like, damn, they are serious about their sugar down here.
Jeez.
It's like, oh my God.
Harris Teeter actually sells Laird products, the coffee and stuff I like to drink, and I've got Coach Isaac is found out there where he's at.
Yeah.
It's that's usually where when I go back to Charleston for whatever, I'll stop by there and get some of their products.
So my niece, who's in Charleston, has told me they can get here to Mecklenburg County faster than I can get from Mecklenburg County over to Raleigh. And I guess it's got to be the way the road runs. I don't know. I know.
Because it's almost a straight shot. If you're in Charleston and you're going to up there, you pretty much go to you get on 26 and go up to Columbia, grab 77. It exits 116 or 115, and 77 goes right straight into.
Right. That's how I come in from the. Yeah, I was amazed at that. So I guess when we're down here, we'll be making some Charleston trips. That's for sure.
Well, if you do that way, if you guys get that way, please let me know.
Yeah, eventually we will. Yeah, because we haven't seen them they were up by us, but we haven't been by them in a while.
What was it I owed you? Was it a bottle of vodka or a bottle of gin?
Spirits are spirits. It could be a bottle of smoke. I don't know. I'll put it back in the fuse box.
You know what? If there's a place in Charleston called Mex One, and they do like a Baja style shrimp taco or fish tacos, shrimp tacos. They're really good. I'll buy you and Mrs. Ray because I won't have to twist my ex's arm too bad to get her to go. Because she likes eating there too. So
yeah,
really good stuff. But it's that Baja style, shrimp, fish tacos and that stuff like that. I like going there if I'm in town.
Yeah, I was glad to find this Mexican joint last night because it was authentic. It was very, very tasty. Oh my God, it's nice.
I used to work for Snyder National. Which has got a terminal there in Charlotte, right there off 85.
Okay.
So I used to know a couple, because I was up there quite often. I used to know, like you said, they're authentic little Mexican joints. They're good, really good food. I
tell you, call places Zapatas. They're using a real name. They better be not fooling around. It's gotta be good stuff. But I did see this morning, I knew we were heading up to Concord to go to that antique mall, and I got an alert that there was a crash on 485. It was a pickup truck and a tractor trailer. So I'm reading the account, and on this Citizen app, they give you the account, and they'll give you like an audio clip of one of the responders, and they just keep updating it. So it said it was crash I-95, then it was pickup truck and tractor trailer. Then it was EMTs responding, trying to extricate, tractor trailer, pickup truck driver. The next one was pickup truck driver DOA. I'm like, yeah, no shit. It's like, I don't know what, and my mind goes like, what did this idiot do? Like, who was the idiot and which one did something totally stupid that got this guy killed? He might have done it to himself. Maybe he, ran in front of the, who knows?
Ray, too many of these idiots do not understand basic physics.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because if you're in a pickup truck, say you're in a 6,000 pound pickup truck, empty. My truck trailer, like I said, if I have like a 40-foot container, give or take, even if it's empty on the chassis and my truck, I'm still at 30,000 pounds
Yeah.
empty.
Yeah.
So, you're not going to win that 6,000 pounds versus 30,000 pounds.
I've been on Sunrise Highway by my house, which is just a regular highway. It's like many of the other roads around, like 17 in Mount Pleasant. And I was going to cut, I'm in the middle, going to cut across, and and a truck is coming, and I could hit it and go, but I wait. And I've actually had the truck, trucks going to go by, give me either a little blast on the horn or give me a little bit of a wave. It's like, thanks for avoiding the pucker moment here from when I was about to kill you. I was like, dude, it's all my pleasure because I get to live to go across the highway. That's how I look at it. It's like, yeah, I understand physics, and we're on the losing side of that battle.
I'll have to send you a picture. They had a guy last week. It was a driver. He was pulling a container. I can't remember if it was loaded or empty. He was futzing around in the truck, and he was on a I-16, and right at that point of I-16, it's got a little slight bend to the left. Well, he's over here futzing around. He goes straight. Rolled it over, truck, trailer, the whole night. Rolled it over on its side. Took out the interstate sign.
Oh.
All of this stuff is roads blocked, just blocked. Between the highway patrol and the locals, they basically, got in there and cordoned off where you couldn't even get onto the interstate because DOT and highway patrol and all of them are out there trying to clean all this mess up. Come to find out, this idiot's looking for his TWIC card.
Wow.
And TWIC is an acronym for the Transportation Workers Identification Card. That's that's part of the credentialing that you have to go on the port, which is another no-brainer because the terminal that he was going to doesn't use the TWIC card anymore. It's all facial recognition.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
It's got a little box because I've being in this town and all. It's like this camera here. You have to literally go up to it and do that, and it'll accept it or back up, move closer, whatever to get it where it's happy. And then as long as it scans you, bing, it opens the gate and lets you in.
When I was waiting for my wife and daughter in Target the other day, I was going through satellite channels. And I listened to, is it Big Dog Trucker Radio? Big Dog Radio? Is that the name of it? It's a trucker channel. It's I'll listen to it occasionally, and it's a call-in show. And this guy was talking about, he was throwing around acronyms. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he did say, for us guys who've been around a while, it's more of a a nuisance to do the new stuff. He goes, but for these new kids, he goes, the new guy starting out now, he goes, in 20, 30 years, he goes, this is all he's going to know. This is like the new technology. And he was talking about that, the retina and the eye recognition. He says everything is going to be checked in and like that. He says, we'll be done, we'll be out and gone, but all the new guys, that'll be their, they're going to grow up with that, so to speak.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I think I can. Here we go.
I'm going to take off.
All right, Jim.
Oh. Ooh.
So this was a shot on I-66. It wasn't. I didn't take it. This was somebody on Facebook. So that's how that guy ended up on the across the road.
And how in the hell did he do that?
Well, like I said, he was going in the direction we were going. So on the right, see, we got the right-hand arrows. I think he went to make the curve, and he must. I don't know, Vince. Can you do a 360 in the truck?
Yeah, anything is possible. You see that liquid stuff on the ground?
Well, yeah.
That adds a factor to it. I mean, when I first got my own truck, I was going somewhere bobtail. Had somebody kind of whip by in front of me. I jumped on the brakes. Next thing I knew, I'm looking the other direction.
Yeah.
Because when I hit the brakes, it locked up the drives and it spun me around literally that quick. It spun me around.
This is how he ended up, and of course, there's that gully, that ditch. Yep. But so they did bring in a big wrecker, and they pulled them off. And then the exit was like not even a tenth of a mile, And as we passed it, we saw him off to the side, and I was like, man, I hope they're just like checking credentials and making sure this guy is legit, because that's like, that's no fun.
That Ray is the more I look at it, that looks like he might have lost that.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes me wonder is those trucks and trailers that look like a relatively new 860 series Volvo. I know it's got anti-lock brakes on it. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
my 05 had anti-lock brakes on it,
Don't know.
and
Yeah,
the trailers are same thing. So,
Yeah.
it in all reality, he might have been doing something stupid.
Yeah.
All right, take care, guys.
Okay,
All
Jim.
right,
Good night. Oh man. Yeah. So
We're still alive there, Big Ray.
yeah, we can end this. Let's see now. Where's my it's a little different on this computer. It's not the same. Let me look for the boop, 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 boop. All right, so yeah, I guess we'll end this edition of Playing in Traffic, the abridged version. Yeah, next week I'm still going to be out because I'm not getting home till Sunday, so I'm going to put up another replay. Actually, I want to tell Lewis it's a replay. Well, we had Lewis on the radio show, and he was doing all his solar stuff. He was just getting into it. And,
with him and Tyler.
I don't remember if Tyler was on at the time with him or not. I don't know, but I know we were talking heavy about all the solar stuff. So I guess he was getting it all lined up. So that's going to be the replay for next Sunday, and then we'll be back live after that. I got that guy from Mike's Carburetor Parts, the guy I've been buying my carburetor stuff from. He finally got back to me after I bought like the 4th kit, and I said, "Hey, why don't you come on the show?" I said, we're all working on this stuff. This is, obviously, I'm giving you business, and I'd love to talk about it. And he said, yeah, I'd love to come on anytime. So I said, okay. I said, I'll get in touch with you when I get back, and we'll set a date. So with that in mind, we'll be back here next Thursday, and we'll be listening to Signature Solar Talk Sunday on Motor Mouth Radio. So, guys, for Keith and Brian and Vince and the recently left Jim and me, Ray, we'll be back next week with more Playing in Traffic. Fellas, you stay right where you get it, right where you want, right where you are, and let me end this. See ya.